when the question starting phase it is given to you, you have to find it whether the question is of balance or unbalanced. And if it is unbalanced, then we have to create a dummy row and the column depends upon the situation, right? After calculating and completing your unbalanced into a balanced situation, now we will start with the method as it is given in the question, right? In the first part, as we started up, so we will starting with the northwest corner method. Now today in this session, what we will do, we take only same matrix and then we find out whether both the answers by the northwest corner method or the least cost manner will provide you the same answer or there will be a different one, right? So write down the question like we have given three suppliers A, B, C, D, and we have given that is a four destination, that is D1, D2, D3, and D4. Right. Write down the cost matrix over here is 8, 6, 10, 9. Over here it is 9, 12, 13, and 7. Over here that is in the C1 is 14, 9, 16, and 5. Right. And it is given to you, that is the supply, and another name for the supply is capacity, right? Capacity is given to you, and we have given the requirements also, that is demand, and demand it is 15, 25, 20, and 15, right? So considering this point, and it is also given to you is 20, 30, and 25. So starting up with this information which is provided to you, now what we have to find it, first we find out whether the question is of balance or not. So write it over the total of demand, add all the values of demand, total of supply, add all the values of supply. So demand is 15 plus 25 plus 20 and plus 50. So find it, how much it is, that is 75, right? And add this value, supply, that is 20 plus 30 and plus 25, that means equals to 75. So this question is when the demand and supply are equal, that means we have the question of balance problem. There is no need to create the dummy over here, right? When there is no need to create a dummy, then proceed further. You just have to give the allocation as much as you can give to this matrix, cost matrix. So just create one more time that this cost matrix, that is A, B, C, and you were given as D1, D2, D3, and D4. And put it the values over here is 8, 6, 10, 9, then 9, 12, 13, 7. Now the next value is 14, 9, 16, and 5. Right, this matrix is given to you, and we have given up the values also of supply over here, right? And how much supply it is given to you, that is 15, 25, this is a 20, 30, and 25, right? So write it over here as 20, just subtract it over here, write it over here as 20, 30, and 25, 20, 30, and 25, and over here it is 15, 25, 20, and 15. Right now, what you have to give? You have to give the allocation as much as you can. You have to, so that the proper allocation can be done up. Proper allocation can be done up, right? So try to give the allocation in the most feasible manner. Now this method is your northwest corner method. So northwest corner method, what you have to give? Start with the northwest area, right? The northwest area is, this question is like from this part, from 8 point it is 15 and 20. That means how much allocation we can give it? 15. Maximum allocation we can give it 15. So this value will be 0, right? And the remaining part over here will be 5 only. So this indicates that the A part is being completed. A part is being completed with the remaining pending of 5 units, but the demand requirement of D1 is fulfilled. So what we can do up, we delete that demand part with this part. So deleting it the value, like taking this value as, you have to delete this value. Why we have deleted? Because all the allocations has been done. Now coming up to the northwest to the next part, now that this part is 6, so we have to give the allocation in this way only. how much allocation we can give it over here in this question is the lower. We have to find out the lowest point, right? Not more than that you can give it. So you have to make it clear the more, not more than the lowest part you can allot it. So how much part over here you can give it is 25 and 5. That is maximum 5 we can give it. So this value will be 0 and this pending value will be 20, right? So maximum allocation what we have done is 5 and the pending is 0. So deleting that A because it is now 0, delete this value, right? Now coming up to the next allocation, how much allocation we can do up is this is 20 and this is 30. So maximum allocation is 20 and the remaining balance over here will be 30. As 30 minus 20, that will be 10, right? And the over here is 20 we have given up. So the remaining point is 0 over here. So the 0 will be done up. So D2 will be balanced up. Like this will be deleted because all the allocations has been done up and that the value will be 0, right? Now we have to give the allocation from this part, that is 13. How much allocation we can give to the 13 is the remaining part, that is this is 10. Now maximum B can give it 10 and the D3 is 20. So over here can be 10 only. The maximum value can be 10, right? 20 minus 10, the remaining pending point is 10 only, and over here is 0, right? So 0 over here, that means this one is also being deleted, that 9 will be deleted. Now we have found the remaining part, that is 16 and 5. How much we can give it to this part is only maximum 10, right? The maximum unit we can give it 10, then this means it will be 0 and the 25 minus 10, then it will be 15, right? The remaining point. Now this D3 is also being wind up. So we delete this D3. Now the pending is only 5 and you have to give the allocation over here only 15. So we give the 15 allocation, that is 15 minus 0 and this is also being 0. So all the allocations being done up 0. So all the cells being deleted. You have to check it properly that all the things should be 0. The last point of all will be 0. See, all the allocations being done up and all the values are 0 over here. You have to check it that all the values should be 0. If it is not 0, then the feasible solution cannot be possible, right? So you have to find it whether all the values are 0. After give the allocation, you have to find out the total feasible solution for this question. So the total initial feasible solution for this question will be the allocation, and you have to give the allocation like from A unit you have to give the allocation to D1, that is 15 units, right? How much units you have given up? 15 units you have given it at a rate of rupees. How much? That is at a rate of rupees 8. So you multiply by 15, multiply by 8, right? Now you will find it the next allocation, that is from A to D2. How much unit have you given up? 5 units and the number of allocation is 6. From A to D2 you have given the data, that is 5 units, and that 5 units should be multiplied by 6, that is rupees 6, right? 6, 5 is your units and 6 is your rupees. Now we're coming up to the next allocation, that is from B units, right? From B units you have given how much allocation? That is D2. And how much allocation you have given? 20 units at a rate of rupees 12, right? So we have given it D2 and the maximum allocation is 20 units and the 20 units multiplied by rupees 12, right? Now from the B units, how much allocation we can do? That is a 3 units from D3. That B2 to D3 we can give up. How much units we can give? 10 units at a rate of rupees 13. Then the maximum unit over here is 10 units and that will be at a rate of rupees 30, right? So we have to multiply all these values properly and then we have to find out whether number of allocation is properly done or not. This D2, D3 we have done up. Now we have to check, yes, from C we have to give the allocation to 3 and 4. So from C units we have to give the allocation to D3, that is 10 units at a rate of rupees 16. So D3, how much units we have to give up? That we have to check this 10 units at a rate of rupees 16. So this 10 units that you have to give up and the 10 units at a rate of rupees, how much? 16 is there. 10 units at a rate of rupees 16, and this 15 units at a rate of rupees 5. So C, from C supplier to D3, now this is G4, right? That is 15 units. So 15 units is there, and that's 15 units multiplied by how much rate we have given up, that is or 5 rupees. So we multiply by this 15 units by 5 rupees, and then we have to see the number of allocations is equal to m plus n minus 1 or not. If it is not, then again we have to go for the adjustment. So first we multiply 15 multiplied by 8, that will be equals to 120. 5 multiplied by 6, that will equals to 30. 20 multiplied by 12, sorry, 20 multiplied by 12, that's 240 rupees, right? Now this 13 multiplied by 10, that will be 130 rupees. That 16 multiplied by 10 will be 160 rupees. And this 15 multiplied by 5, that will be 75. So adding all these values, what we find out? We find out the total will be 755. This is your initial feasible solution, right? For this initial feasible solution, what the other thing you have to find out, the last point that you have to find out, that your number of allocation, the number of allocations is always equal to m plus n minus 1. That over here, find out the number of allocations, how much allocations you have done up. 1, this is 1 allocation, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 allocations you have done. So find it, write it over here that we have done 6 allocations, and m plus n minus 1, that is rows and the columns. So how many rows and columns are there? 3 rows and 4 columns are there. 3 plus 4, that is 7. 7 minus 1, that is over here. 3 plus 4 minus 1, that is 7. 7 minus 1, that is 6. Yes, the number of rows is equal to number of allocation. So this is your feasible solution. That means you are able to find out the initial feasible solution by this question. This question we will do in the next